Hey everyone, round two, here we go. So we're gonna progress the squats, chest presses, and side planks and make it a little bit harder. So let's get those mats out of the way. First things first, remember if you want your chair for the squats, you can use that. We're gonna move our straps, if you have those, up to mid-length. And we're gonna do a single leg squat. So we're at mid-length, we're stand facing. If you, I'm gonna get you started on the straps and then I will move on to if you don't have straps. So balance with your hands right in front of you about. Make sure you catch your balance on your left leg first. Our right leg is kickstanded in front of us and we're squatting back, and make sure you utilize those straps to help you come back up. So everything stays lifted. We're squatting back into that chair, our imaginary chair, and back up. So stay here. I'm gonna get the chair. If you don't have a chair, you don't have to use that either. But I have this nice chair, so I'm gonna show you. So same deal, just have your leg, can't see it. My right leg's kickstanded out in front of me. Hands are here. I'm gonna squat down, and stand back up. It might be hard in the chair just because we have to come down so much farther. So if you don't wanna use a chair, or you have a chair, you can still kickstand that leg. Everyone keep going and come down and back up. The straps really just give us this support so we can really increase our range of motion. So just a couple more here on this leg. Let's do 3 more. Keep your head lifted. Eyes are still looking straight ahead. Back's nice and flat. Stand up here. Switching legs. So if you have the chair, everything stays the same. If you don't have a chair, it stays the same. You're just gonna switch your legs. So we're balancing on our right leg now. Our left leg is kickstanded out in front of us. And we're squatting down and back up. So everything stays nice and steady and strong. Just bending our knees, ankles, and hips, and sitting back into that chair with one leg. Keep your belly tucked in. My low back tries to arch a little much and my belly wants to pooch out, so I have to think about that for me personally. Let's try a few more here. If you don't have straps, you can still do this. It's a little more challenging. You just don't have that support, so I can't go quite so low. If you have the chair, you can use that to help go lower. I personally think it's a little harder on your legs, but that's great if that's what you want. Nothing wrong with a challenge. So 3, 2, 1. And we're gonna go back to that same right leg. So we're standing on our left leg again. I'm gonna challenge you all to lift that right leg off the ground and squat. So if you have straps, you have that extra support. If you don't have straps, just really decrease your range of motion if you want to try it with your leg lifted off the ground. So I'm not going nearly as low because I want to make sure I can get back up without wobbling over. And if at any point you're losing your balance, you just put that foot down. There's no rule against that. So 1 more, let's do 2 more. 2, 1, let's switch legs. I'm gonna grab my straps again. We're balanced on that right leg now. Ooh, I'm feeling it. Left leg's a little off the ground. Sit down and back. Everything stays the same as when we had the squat and when we had just the kickstand foot. We're just really using our balance here. So here it is with the straps. If you don't have straps, here we go. You can also try this, even if you do have straps, you could try this too, just to have a different challenge. I like the straps because I really can work on my range of motion, and you can always try and have the straps and just try to see how little you need to use them. And then they're always there if you need them, but if you don't need them every single time, you can try that too and just challenge yourself. So let's do 2 more. My legs are burning. I'm guessing y'all's are too. Last one there. Woo! Whew. Okay, so chest press, moving on from that. Chest press, we're gonna be fully lengthened. And this is where you wanna utilize the wall if you've got a good wall in front of you and no straps. So we are at our Frankenstein, we're facing away. Fully lengthened, I think I said that. So here we go. Find a place where you feel like you've got some tension in your trunk or your body. And then I want you to take just one step forward from that. So we're gonna have our right leg abducted out to the side. If you need to touch the ground, that's fine. If you wanna keep it lifted, that's also fine. And we're pressing down and up from here. So you may have your thoughts centered on that leg that's lifted, but don't forget about the leg that is on the ground, because we don't want to lock that leg out at the knee. Still want to keep some softness there just so we're not locked out. Doesn't have to be a squishy knee, just don't lock it out. Woo! And I can find I'm having a tough time with my balance here. So if you have, so keep here. If you have a wall, up against that wall, find the spot where you've got some tension, and we're gonna do this against the wall. So that leg is lifted. If you want to scoot back a little bit with this foot, it'll make it a little harder, and it'll make it a little easier. So let's do 3, 2, 1. We're gonna switch legs. So if you're on the wall, just find balance on that right leg. If you have straps, pause and switch. We're gonna go to that right leg, find their balance. Left leg's gonna come out to the side, using our abductors there, and pressing down and up here. So don't forget, nothing is moving. We are in a plank position this whole time. We're just bending our elbows to press our chest down closer to the ground. So keep that in mind. Don't forget about our knee, it needs to not be locked out. So let's do a few more here. I'm gonna go to the wall again. Keep that leg up and out. You can always press it down. Just tap it on the side if you need a little bit of a break. We're pressing up and down. Our legs out to the side. Should really feel this in the standing leg too in your glutes. Woo, they're burning. 2, 1, take a break. Woo, I like to smack that booty a little bit. It really helps to relieve some of that tension that's built up from those standing legs. Okay, last exercise in this workout, our side plank. So remember, if you don't have straps, big deal. We're just all gonna be down on the ground together. Excuse me. So for side plank, your straps are gonna need to be at mid-calf, so get that going. And we're gonna try a little harder version of a side plank and see how it goes. So this side plank, if you don't have straps, let's start on the right side this time. If you don't have straps, I want you to put that top leg right in front of your bottom leg. So my left leg is right in front of my right leg, and I'm on my right side, my hands on my hip. And from here, I'm going to lift up off the ground with my hip and stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. If you have straps, get that top leg in a strap in front of you, that bottom leg in a strap behind you. Toes, right toe to left heel here, hands on your hips. And we're gonna lift up out of those hips, pressing out of that right elbow and shoulder. Lift up off the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Last one, we're gonna make sure that we are not crunching into our necks here. So this last one, we're really gonna make sure we're lifting out of our shoulders and necks when we lift our hips and not letting it all squish into there. So last one, toes to the nose, activate everything. Ready, lift up. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the hips. Don't take your feet out. Roll onto your belly. Roll onto your other side. If you notice, your feet should be exactly where they need to be. Oh, how handy. So if you don't have straps, make sure you switch that. We're on our left side now, and our right leg is going to be staggered in front of our left foot. So I'll do this one in the straps. Make sure we're lifting out of here, lifting our hips up off the ground, squeeze and lift. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. I'm gonna take my feet out. So you can do this. If you have straps, you can take your feet out too if you want. So here we are, same position, just on the ground, lifting everything out of our necks and shoulders, hips up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. I'm gonna put my feet back in the straps real quick. Whoop. A little game they like to play with me. And then last round of side plank here. Our legs both straight. Ready, everything gonna lift up out of the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And that is the end of round 2, yay. Good job, everyone. So I'm gonna pause this video again. Great place for you to pause. Grab anything you might need to, like water. Catch you for round 3 in just a second.